When you pull out your phone and open the map, that tiny blue dot starts winking at you. Whether you're in a car or walking down the street, it's like a magical hand guiding you to your destination. But how? How does a satellite, floating thousands of kilometers above you in the absolute silence of space, know exactly that you're standing at that street corner at that precise moment? It's definitely not magic, but it's an engineering marvel just as impressive. Come on, let's take a closer look at the incredible technology behind that simple blue dot on your phone, the Global Positioning System, GPS, and other global navigation satellite systems, GNSS, that has fundamentally changed the world. At the heart of the entire system lies a logic as simple as elementary school geometry, trilateration, or determining a position using 3 points. Sounds fancy, I know, but the concept is straightforward. Imagine this: you're lost in a field, and you call 3 friends who know where they are. The first friend says, "You're exactly 10 kilometers away from me." Great, that's a start. Now you know you're somewhere on a giant 10-kilometer radius circle centered on that friend. Not much help on its own. You call your second friend, who says, "You're exactly 15 kilometers away from me." Awesome. Now you have 2 giant circles, and they intersect at only 2 points. You've narrowed it down to 2 possible locations, not bad. Finally, your third friend chimes in, saying, "You're only 8 kilometers away from me." Game over. This third circle passes through only one of those 2 intersection points. At that moment, you've pinpointed your exact location. That's the basic principle behind GPS. The only difference is that your friends are replaced by satellites in the sky. So, how does your phone measure its distance to these satellites? This is where the system's 3 heroes come into play: the satellites, ground stations, and, of course, the receiver in your pocket, your phone. Right now, above our heads, at an altitude of about 20,200 kilometers, there's a network of over 30, usually 31 to 32, satellites orbiting Earth. You can think of these satellites as ultra-precise atomic clocks floating in orbit. Each one continuously broadcasts a radio signal saying, "I'm exactly here, and I sent this signal at this precise second." The GNSS receiver in your phone catches this signal and makes a simple but critical calculation: how long did it take for the signal to travel from the satellite to me? Since it knows the speed of light, it uses this time to calculate the distance to the satellite with incredible accuracy. It might seem like you only need signals from 3 satellites to determine your position, your latitude and longitude, on a map. But in practice, for an accurate location, you need signals from at least 4 satellites. That 4th satellite adds 2 crucial elements to the equation. First, the third dimension, altitude. Second, and even more importantly, it corrects for timing errors caused by the fact that the clock in your phone isn't as precise as the million-dollar atomic clocks in the satellites, not to mention orbital and atmospheric delays. This final touch allows the system to pinpoint your location with astonishing accuracy, down to 1 to 5 meters. Today's smartphones don't just rely on the US-developed GPS satellites. They also use other GNSS constellations like Russia's GLONASS, the European Union's Galileo, and China's Beidou. Combining signals from these multiple systems allows your phone to determine your location faster and more accurately, especially when it can't get enough signals from a single system. For GPS to work, the satellites need a clear view of the sky. However, in urban canyons, between tall buildings or in enclosed spaces like tunnels, signals can weaken. Signals can even bounce off buildings or other surfaces, reaching the receiver through multiple paths, a phenomenon called multipath propagation, that can affect location accuracy. Fortunately, modern receivers use advanced algorithms to minimize these effects. Behind all these precise calculations lies not just engineering but also deep scientific principles. The fact that the atomic clocks on GPS satellites tick differently from clocks on Earth's surface is explained by Einstein's theory of relativity. The satellite's high speeds, special relativity, and their position in Earth's gravitational field, general relativity, cause time to flow differently for them. If these effects weren't accounted for in the calculations, GPS would be off by kilometers every day. This shows that GPS is not just a practical tool but also a proof of fundamental physics. GPS's capabilities go far beyond getting us from point A to point B. This technology is like the invisible backbone of the modern world. Emergency response teams locate accident sites in seconds, saving lives. Airplanes cross oceans using the safest and most efficient routes. Farmers plant and harvest with centimeter-level precision, boosting productivity. Seismologists even track the movement of continents with this system. From tracking the delivery of your food order to sharing your location with loved ones, GPS is woven into every moment of our lives. And one of the best parts? Despite starting as a military project, today we all get to use this technology completely for free. Plus, it doesn't even require an internet connection or mobile network to work, all it needs is a clear view of the sky and those invisible helpers up there. In short, behind that little blue dot on your phone lies a vast global system of dozens of orbiting satellites, atomic clock precision, multiple satellite systems, and even Einstein's theory of relativity factored into the equation. From now on, every time you open your navigation app, you'll know it's not just an app guiding you, it's those silent helpers in space. So, are there any other "how does it work" technologies you're curious about? Share them in the comments, and maybe your question will spark our next tech adventure. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to join us on this journey. See you in the next video.